Oh, that was it? Okay. Maybe I should play it again because it was so lit.
I like that. That is the premiere of our new intro that Peaches took her precious time and put together for us. You be having time, girl, because me, I have the hardest time putting together pictures. So I can
Girl, let
imagine.
me at work.
That's some Virgo shit, like for real. Mm, yep.
Okay. Well, let me show it again because after a minute, the video just goes off.
Yeah.
Oh, that was it?
Yep. That was it.
I
That
thought it
is
was
dope.
going to be longer.
That is dope. But hey, I like it. It's dope.
Oh,
I like it a lot.
I do too. I was like, I
Makes
found the perfect song that wasn't copyrighted, and I was like, oh, do you have me playing on your phone?
mm, yeah. Take this time to make sure you hit the share button. Hit
Oh,
the
yeah, let me
share
get this song.
button and the like button and leave a comment. All of that good stuff. All right. So tonight on Peaches and Dream podcast. Oh, let me turn on Bluetooth.
Huh?
Can you hear me?
Damn, it sounds like I hear you in the background.
You hear an echo?
Okay, now I can hear you. I can hear
Okay.
you better.
Yeah, basically because you know what I noticed? I be having my Bluetooth on and I be sounding crazy because it be chipping out. So anyways, I turned the Bluetooth off. You can hear me clear, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to repeat that. Make sure y'all hit the share button, the like button, leave a comment. Okay, so the topics tonight. So we're going to be talking about a little drama. So if you guys be on YouTube a lot and you follow podcasters, you guys are probably familiar with All About the Tea. So All About the Tea got a little drama. So we're going
A
to spill the tea
little.
on that tonight. And then also, this is the first time where we have a follow up for a third week. Because normally something might happen 1 week and then it'll go into the second week. But then by the third week, it's done. But tonight we are back with this Simon Gubadia. We finally got the proper pronunciation of the name. The Simon Gubadia and Falynn. Gubadia, separation pending their divorce. She finally tells her whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help her God, because she said, you know, she seems to be a person of good character, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man. So we're gonna talk about that. We're actually gonna play that for y'all. So yeah.
Yeah, let me go ahead and share my screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Share my tab.
I'm trying to see. Can you play it in 1.5? I mean 1.25 speed?
Yes, I can.
I watched it in 2 times speed. My mom was like, "Why is it so fast?" I said, "Because I don't got a lot of time, and I'm, playing it in 2 times speed."
That's how
She
I
was
watched
like,
it after I got off the phone with you. I was like, let me watch this shit over again.
I be watching it in 2 times speed because I don't be having a lot of time, so I be trying to get all. I be like, "Yo, I be hearing it."
Girl, I had enough time to watch that. And then after I got off of there, it was some comedian drama on another podcast that I
Mm.
watched. So are you familiar with Kev on Stage?
He's a comedian.
Yeah. But he
Yes.
Facebook a lot. Bald guy,
Hmm.
does clean comedy. So he's involved with some drama. So after we get done with that, I'm gonna send you the link, and I guess you can fall asleep watching it. So,
Yeah. Speaking
girl,
of drama, you know that comedian? What's his name? I think Gary Thompson. I think he's like a white guy, I believe, but he's kind of like he had a
Gary
black.
Owen,
Who Gary? Who?
the white guy, Gary Owen.
Yes, the one, and basically he had a black wife. Did you hear about that drama? It's crazy because we didn't even talk about this. But speaking of comedians and drama, right? So basically, that situation was crazy because his wife pretty much went on Instagram and blasted him, like, don't come here and make it seem like you this perfect person. Da 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 da. So she basically blasted him on Instagram. So that was crazy. I think they're also going through like some divorce situation.
She filed for divorce. Apparently, he was cheating. So I guess since he was put out of the house, he feels doesn't feel the need to pay the mortgage anymore or pay any of the bills.
It's so crazy because that's exactly how guys are. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, soon as they feel like they not with you no more, they don't want to take you up as a responsibility. You got some guys that's out there that, if y'all break up, they still gonna hold you down. But you got some that's bitter. They like, we not together. Why am I gonna finance you? But
But
it's not right though.
here's the thing. I feel like on the Ricky Smiley show, Debrat and I think it was Gary or Ricky Smiley himself, I think they were dick riding a little bit because
Mhm.
it was like, well, if my significant other was on Instagram telling all my business, I wouldn't do anything anyway. Well, she wouldn't have to do anything if he would take care of his business at home. The house is still in his name. So why not pay the mortgage for it, especially if your kids live there? They may be grown, they may be like in college, but they're
They
home
still live there though,
they
right?
still live there. So why not pay the mortgage where they live? So you just want
Yeah,
everybody to be homeless to teach your soon to be ex-wife a lesson because you cheated?
that is crazy. Like, it's these deal. I don't understand.
And then there was another narrative about her being a black woman and a white man. It's public, being a black woman and a white man. Talking about some, oh, she thought just because she got her a white zaddy that he was gonna treat her different. I don't think it was that. I don't think it was that because she was the step up for him, not him being the step up for her. So, she's entitled to whatever he has as far as her quitting her career to support his comedy career with the traveling and things like that. Because at one point she worked at a comedy club where he was starting out at. So yeah, oh, it's a whole bunch of stuff with it.
I
So
know, like, we didn't even talk about this stuff. It just happened to come up.
yeah,
But yeah, I when
but
I saw that, because that was recently, I was like, dang, that's crazy.
because she recently just put another Instagram post out. She keeps going to Instagram. My thing is, bitch, stop going to Instagram. Go to your fucking lawyer. File each injunction in motion that you can fucking find.
You want to know what it is? Some people are like that, though, because you know who's like that too? Simon Gubadia. He went straight to damn Instagram with his taping ass, and he was like
that is so petty.
Honestly, I'm surprised that it's a man that did it. Like, I'm not gonna judge him because, like I said, some people are like that. He went to Instagram and he put that whole post. He said the side man name. He actually added his name. He said his name is, and he put the whole. I was like, man, I mean, he's telling his truth the same way how she's telling her truth, but she never threw him under the bus, though. You noticed that, right?
That's just making him look bad. Like, what are you trying to prove? Like, oh,
it's weird to me.
Like, oh, you can't say I cheated because she cheated too. I don't believe she cheated. I think it was just some type of video evidence that he had stored to his phone from his home security system.
I think he's trying to prove to the people that's attacking him that she was a bad person. And it's so crazy because Falynn is not out there throwing him under the bus or talking negatively of him. She just said, y'all gonna see. But his issue is that he's trying to make everybody else think that he's not a bad person. She's a bad person. But it's like, why do you have to prove that she's a bad person so that this way people don't think that you're a bad person? Like, people are going to assume what they want regardless. It's not for you to be sitting there trying to paint a picture and defame her character because she's putting this stuff on Instagram.
Well, let's see what Falynn had to say. We're just going to play the interview and then we're going to stop if you see anything interesting. Okay. And just tell me to stop and we'll go ahead and do it that way. Let me put
I got y'all grab y'all drinks and I'm about to grab my chips. Yo, don't judge me, but yeah, get y'all popcorn, whatever y'all got, your bowl of cereal, your vodka, your wine,
your quantities, your controlled substances, all that shit. All right.
Hi, Falynn. How are you?
I wish I could say I were better.
Okay. Well, today we're going to have an extremely difficult conversation. I'm sure it's not going to be easy for you to talk about some of these things that you've been going through in your life over the past few months. But before we get started, I just want to know, are you ready to tell your side of the story?
As ready as I will ever be.
All right. So then let's do this.
Let's go.
All right. Audiences met you and your husband, Simon Gubadia, for the first time in a recent appearance on Bravo's Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Correct.
What was that experience like for you?
It was definitely an experience. It was a learning one. I don't take anything back, I learned a lot about myself, surprisingly. And I would just say it was a very learning experience. I'm happy that I did it.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Was this your first time being around a camera crew and having production around you?
Not necessarily around a camera crew. I started acting when I was 9, so no. As far as reality TV goes, yes, that was the first time, and that was a doozy because it's like everybody knows the rules to a game, and I didn't. So I kind of just had to play by ear and just jump in. I've
heard that a lot about reality television. I hear that people either come on these shows and they act like their most authentic self, and then 9 times out of 10 they eventually get kicked off the show, or they know how to play this chess-like game where they get really good at it.
Yes.
And it keeps them around.
Yeah, I wasn't very good at it.
Okay, that's fair. Listen, I always say it takes a very eccentric person to be on reality TV, and good and bad. I mean, you have to be a little all over the place. So if that's not the avenue for you, that's okay.
Yeah.
It makes you, maybe you're not crazy enough to be part of it, right?
Maybe, just a little bit.
Okay, so after watching you on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, do you feel like there's any part of you that we didn't get to see? Maybe something we don't know about yourself?
Yeah, I am a mother of 3 boys, 14, 13, and 8. I'm an artist. I love to paint. I am a spiritual gangster, and I am a philanthropist. Everything I do is to inspire those women in need.
Wow. All right. I like that, spiritual gangster.
Yeah.
All right.
Very much so.
Well, last time we spoke, you told me that Bravo has been knocking on your door for the past few seasons. to be a part of the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Mhm.
I'm just curious, and I'm sure everyone else is too, what made season 13 different?
Actually, Simon convinced me to do the show as a test to my spiritual growth. He believed that I were strong enough at that time to be able to handle, whatever it is that reality TV may throw at me. And I believed him. I had faith in what my husband saw in me that we don't necessarily see within ourselves sometimes. And I took his word for it and I said, fuck it, let's do it.
It's interesting that he thought that would be good for your spiritual growth to join a reality TV show. I guess I've never really thought about it like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess it was just I think what he was trying to tell me was that it was more of a test. And it tested me, for sure.
I think we all saw that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you also spoke to me about the fact that production came into your home. It wasn't what you thought. You sort of, and I hope it's okay if I'm saying this, but you sort of felt slightly used. If you're all right with this, can you elaborate on that?
Yeah. I remember telling the producer specifically what it was that I did not want to happen in my home, when filming in my home. Outside of my house, it's a reality show, it's fine. But when being in my home, where my children lay their heads, I just ask for a little bit of respect. And, I just feel as though when I say I felt used, what had transpired was everything that I told them in confidence to not happen, happened. Then when it did happen and I reacted in the way that I did, due to being called a racial slur in my home several times, I had learned after the show aired that someone had said that I was just too, I don't know the right term to use for it, but I pretty much did not have the look the show wanted for their show.
Okay, so that's interesting to me because at the time that you were a part of the show, you were still very much married to Simon. You still are, but you were married in a relationship, living together.
Right.
You had everything that you need to be on the show. So why now? What could make you look off-brand for the Real Housewives of Atlanta?
I think it was just because of the way that I reacted during the Halloween episode. I didn't care at that point. I wasn't going to tolerate someone calling me something such as, what she did, regardless of the situation, regardless of whether there's cameras or not. I didn't care at that point. And I kind of let it slide a few times. The public did not get to see that part, so... And yeah, I got the call saying I was actually going to sign on again for another season. But when I didn't get the call, I had asked a friend of mine who's close with the production, what's going on? And they said that they did not like how I reacted and that I damaged the image of the show.
Has production seen the past 12 seasons before this 13th season? Because you grabbing a golf club and running through your house is not the worst thing that's been on the show.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going off of what I was told.
Right.
This did not come straight from Bravo, so I can't say whether or not it's true, but I will say that it came from a reliable source, and it was kind of like a slap in the face. So that's why I say I felt used.
You also said that you were called a racial slur, which can clearly be uncomfortable for anyone. This is the first time I've heard about this, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to ask you, but if it's okay, may I ask what that was?
Ching Chong. She called me Ching Chong.
Wow.
More than once. I just,
Which is gross.
Yeah. My children, what people did not know is that my children their balcony is right above, right where we were filming at, outside, because we were filming late. And they were gone all day, but filming ran over. And so they came home. And they heard everything. And
they heard someone calling you Ching Chong?
They heard it. I didn't know at that very moment. At that point, I was just trying to defend my home. But yes, they did hear what was going on. They saw everything. Yeah.
Right. Well, that's disgusting. And I'm sorry that you had to go through that. It sounds like most of your experience on the show was kind of negative.
Oh, by far. And it got worse.
Well, now, I guess what my next question would be is, how did the show impact your life? Was it in more of a positive way or negative?
I wouldn't say either or. I just feel like it was just a learning experience. That's all I can say. You know, when I always say that if you're not learning, then you're dead. You know, so I take the good with the bad and keep it moving.
Right. All right. Well, I want to move on to some of the tougher questions that we have. I mean, it's not going to be easy, obviously, but your divorce made headlines this past month, and that was due to the controversy that was surrounding your husband's new engagement to another cast member of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Portia. You're obviously very aware. May I ask, how did you find out about that?
I found out at the same time as everyone else. I did not know. As a matter of fact, I remember receiving a phone call around 8 a.m. that morning when everything started making headlines. And someone said to me, no, Simon and Portia, they're engaged. They're engaged. And I remember arguing with them. And I specifically said, no, my husband is a lot of things, but he would never do that to me. That is just not who he is. No. And they said, are you sure? Because this is what everyone is saying. I said, I don't give a shit what everyone else is saying. He wouldn't do that.
But he did.
Yeah.
Okay. So you didn't think it was possible for him to do that. But then once you found out, obviously, that was the case, were you mad? Were you sad? I mean, what was that emotion for you? The raw emotion, what you felt when it was confirmed?
Everyone has their own way to deal with pain. And my husband is hurting just as much as I am. But this took the cake. It hurt. That's the best way I can describe it. I was in pain.
I've never liked that expression, took the cake, and I really don't like it now that it's in this emotional moment.
Yeah.
I think I want to ask on behalf of everyone who's been reading the headlines about your divorce. There's been so many comments to you, DMs to Portia. I mean, and people are expecting you, fans are expecting you to act or react a certain way. I guess one of the burning questions that I was talking about earlier is, do you blame Portia for your divorce?
No. No one has that power over my life, my husband's life, and our marriage. No. However, Simon and I were the ones who were married to one another. We're the ones who created a family together and built a life with one another. I blame the both of us. He is to blame. I am to blame. And that is all.
Okay.
Whatever came after that, I'm not saying it was right. I'm not even saying it was wrong. But no one has that power besides Simon and I.
Okay. Well, moving forward, speaking of Simon, a lot of people might assume that due to the combination of Simon's wealth and his age, that you may or may not have been in that marriage for the wrong reasons. I'm sure you're no stranger to hearing this.
Right.
Right. So what would you say to anyone who feels that way?
Well, my prenup would highly suggest otherwise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Prenup, that's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
So with the prenup, you had a very real marriage. You have
Yes.
a blended family.
Yes.
You have beautiful children that you share, right?
Yes.
He has his own, and then you have your own children.
Right.
What was the dynamic like in your marriage?
Outside of our children, Simon and I didn't like to travel as much. Simon loves to travel. He was trying to warm me up to traveling. I hate it. I actually hate flying. So,
Even private?
yeah, even private. I actually hate private even more because it's shaky. It's scary. I hate shopping. I hate clothes. I hate the thought of designer clothes too. God, they're expensive. I'm trying. I really am. But I hate shopping. I hate shoes, bags. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to imagine and keep it all together. But Simon loved getting me those things. I feel like that was his love language. Right. Whereas mine is quality time, so I didn't necessarily care for any of that. And I think that's what he loved the most about our marriage. And then outside of that, and there's the kids and, constantly coming up with new ideas, what to do with them and new activities. I'm going to miss that the most.
Were you home most of the time, or for the most part, with the kids?
Yeah, I was a stay-at-home mom.
So this was a huge part of your life.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if I may ask, this might be hard for you to answer, but what changed?
Everything started to change. I mean, listen, marriages are not easy. You know, point me to the best marriage that you can think of that you know, and I'll point you to 10 people who have something negative to say about it. Marriages are hard work. So within our marriage, it was hard work. Where it changed, I'm not exactly sure, because Simon is the one that filed. But it mostly started to change. Where I noticed it started changing was after the show, after we started filming the show. I don't think it was the show's fault or anything. But I mean, we weren't even on there like that, you know, for the show to be the ruin of our marriage. But I don't know. It seems as though other things were going on that I didn't necessarily know about. So
Okay.
I'm still kind of lost on that part. I don't necessarily have the answers.
Well, there are a few people. When I say a few people, I mean everyone is so divided when it comes to your marriage, especially with the controversy that does surround it with your husband's new engagement. But fans were speculating that you may have been cheating on Simon.
Mm.
So I just want to ask you, is there any truth to that?
No, I never cheated on my husband.
Do you feel like Simon may have ever cheated on you?
You know, I'll say this. Simon and I are not new to couples therapy. And during one of our therapy sessions, I will never forget it. I've never forgotten it, actually. The therapist had asked him, have you ever cheated on Falynn? Would you ever cheat on Falynn? She was just going down this line of, you know, cheating and being unfaithful. And his response was only this: Simon doesn't get caught unless Simon wants to be caught. And those words have stuck with me ever since.
Wow. Yeah, that would be burned into not only my heart, but my mind too. I would always be thinking, if you go to work, are you actually at work? Where are you? That can't be a comfortable feeling.
No. When it came to my marriage, like most women, I was very tenacious. I worked damn hard to keep my marriage. And
Well, you said that Simon said if Simon wants to get caught, then he'll get caught, right? But there is speculation that if Simon was in fact cheating on you, that he may have been cheating with his new fiance, Portia. Do you think that there could be any truth to that?
I don't know who I was married to. I can't answer that. I don't know.
Okay. Well, that's fair. I mean, if you don't actually have the timeline, it makes sense.
Right.
Because you could easily come on here and come off a certain way and accuse, point fingers. That's not what you're doing. So you're just saying, I simply don't know.
Right. I don't. It all just sucks. It all just sucks. It hurts.
Right. Well, I'm sorry, but we're not done just yet. I have a few more questions to ask you, and I just want to get down to the nitty-gritty. You know, you and Simon, you were married for 1.5 years. So when news broke of your divorce, everyone was like, no, they were only together for 1.5 years. It's not even that long. She couldn't keep her man. They were saying all kinds of things. And You're not a stranger to this. You've seen everything, right? But for anyone who wants to know, how long were you guys actually together? Because it's not like you met on day one. Actually, at this point with this new engagement, maybe you did meet on day one and then you're engaged and, you know, married. But how long for you and Simon were you actually together?
We were together for 5 years. We did take a 9-month break in between that time. When we got back together, he proposed twice in the course of 5 years. When we did get back together the second time, we picked up right where we left off, and we got married 3 months later. And I mean, we still had our issues to work out, but we were going to therapy, individual therapy, couples therapy. I was meditating. He was doing his own form of meditation. And I really thought that I knew my husband, and I knew where I had a plan, you know, I had a plan for our family and where we were going. And, you know, things got a little bumpy, and it wasn't the first time we experienced some bumps. And when it did, I don't know, it's just like he gave up. It's like he gave up.
I just want to point out the fact that I can always tell when you're serious because you have one eyebrow that raises up. And it just,
Why do people always point out my eyebrow?
because it's great. It just shows us you're serious and the eyebrow raises.
I am.
But, you did say that you worked damn hard and you emphasized on that. You worked damn hard for your marriage.
I did.
But now looking back, can you say, I, Falynn, in my heart of hearts, did everything that I could to save my marriage? Or do you look back and you're like, well, maybe I could have done this a little bit differently. Maybe I did this wrong.
No, I believe I did the best that I could. I did. I can go down the list of all the things that I tried, to make sure that my husband was happy and that I was happy at the same time.
Yeah, that's important too.
Right. That the children were happy. Women, we hold a lot of responsibility. We hold a lot. And I don't even think I came up for air until Simon and I had separated.
Right. Well, that actually leads me into my next question. We know that you found out through your attorney that Simon filed in January, but was that actually the last time you spoke or even saw him?
No. In January, Simon and I were still going to couples counseling. We were, we were working on our marriage, and we went back and forth. I think I said in an interview before that we were going through our shit. We were just going back and forth, and ups, downs, in betweens. I didn't think we were on the verge of getting divorced. I was just talking to Simon maybe the day before. I got the call the night before. I had said goodnight to him. He wasn't home. He hadn't been home for about 2 months, but I had just said goodnight to him, and we had a good conversation about working on our marriage. And the next morning, I'm having my coffee. I'm sipping my coffee, looking at the bees outside of my closet window, and I get a phone call from my attorney stating that Simon had filed for divorce and that we needed to discuss my prenup. I told him, I've never even looked at my prenup. I looked at it before we got married, yes, but we got married like 2 days later after I signed. I didn't even care about the prenup. I just did it because it made Simon comfortable.
Right.
So I said, no, let me talk to Simon. What are you talking about? So he's like, it's okay, talk to Simon, take some time. And I called Simon immediately. I was distraught. I was broken.
Did he answer?
Yes, he answered. And I said, what is this about my attorney telling me that you filed for divorce? He said, oh, I filed like a month ago and I reneged on it. We were going through a rough patch, and I really thought that, it was the end. And I'll call off the dogs right now. I'll call my attorney. I'll call off the dogs. And as to my knowledge, he did, because I didn't hear anything from my attorney. And at some point in time, I don't even remember when, I don't know. I just went through the divorce at some point.
Okay. Well, fans are also speculating that Simon and Portia's new engagement, which again, you're very aware of, that the timeline is a little off, because they said that they were together for about 1 month before he popped the question to her. And obviously you wouldn't have all of those details. And I'm not trying to, continue to throw salt in the wound, right? But for you, he filed for divorce. Then he said, I'm calling off the dogs. And then from there, you thought you were going to go to therapy. You took vacations together. So this seems like you were sort of in limbo for a little bit in your relationship. When did you 100% know we're going forward with the divorce?
I think after everything happened in the media. Listen, there was one thing. There's a few things that I think they forget. One, it's that going through a divorce is already hard enough. Two, having to go through that divorce publicly. And then three, for my husband to get engaged to a castmate of mine, whom I had in my home. It's all of these things. And then the last thing is, the children that's involved. There's all of these different emotions and all of these different things. I can't even remember when I truly found out about us going through with the divorce. It's all just a big blur of pain. I've had to go to psychiatrist, therapist, even just taking a break from social media. I've tried to do everything. I picked up meditation very heavily, even more than I did before. This is not something that I was prepared for to happen in my life. And not just, I know I'm strong. I know I'll be fine. I'll get through it. I always do. It's just the kids, our boys.
Right.
They know exactly who this woman is. And I'm not there, to console them. I'm not.
I feel like they might be confused.
I'm not there because I can't see them. And I can't hold them. But God, the ball's on him. Thank you.
This is obviously very tough.
Yeah. You know, us women, when we become wives, we know how to dedicate our lives to our husbands. And that's what I did. Even before we were married, he was my husband.
And those were your kids.
And they were mine.
No.
And to go from one night them being mine and being their mommy, and now I'm just not. Like it never happened.
If we weren't in the middle of a global pandemic, I would get up and hug you right now.
It's okay, I'm wearing white.
Okay, we got a laugh out of you. Well, we're almost done. But I do want to ask you, you mentioned earlier that Simon convinced you to join the Real Housewives of Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
Do you resent the fact that he convinced you to not only join, but then is now engaged to another cast member? Would it matter if it was any other woman, or does it sting more just knowing that you had this woman in your home? She met your family. She swam in your pool. I mean, do you resent that? He convinced you to join a show, and now he's engaged to another one of the cast members.
I meant what I said when I took my vows. And I meant what I said when I told Simon that I loved him unconditionally. And if he's happy, I don't care. I don't care how. If my husband is happy, then it's okay. It hurts like hell. But
I have to applaud you for even saying that, just because I know there's so many people out there right now who want to see that reaction from you, that angry reaction where you just lash out. They want to see that you hate this woman. They want to see that you hate your husband. They want all of these negative things to come from you because that's the reaction that they're expecting. And that's not the reaction you're giving us. So I seriously have to applaud that.
No, I'm a firm believer in everything happens for a reason. And my knight in shining armor is out there. And hopefully he'll come in due time when I'm healed and ready. But I don't care. I love Simon unconditionally. And I just want him to be happy.
Hey, listen, I know that this doesn't matter, but he's out there. He's half the age, double the wallet, and twice the heart. So he is out there. You have nothing but good coming your way, especially the way that you handle all of this.
I will say, thank you. I will say, I am done with dating rich guys. He was the first, older, not only older, but wealthy man I have ever been with. And I think I'm just ready to be with somebody who just knows how to respect me and love me back the way I love, because I love hard. I love really hard. And someone better is out there who can respect that. And I have to be positive because my children depend on it.
I agree. Well, obviously this still stings, right? But
yeah.
I mean, you're moving forward. You're doing your best. You're being as positive as you can be.
Yeah.
Is there anything off the top of your head that you can think of that you might miss about your marriage to Simon? Because you've made it clear you don't care about the material things. You don't care about the jet. You don't care about the cars, which is, a lot of...
Everyone loves the jet.
Everyone would think,
I hate that jet.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to match the bag to the shirt to the, you know what I mean? So it's not material things. What will you in fact miss?
Oh, Adam. Our family. I'm going to miss our boys. And coming up with, they're also different from one another. So I have to come up with different birthday themes each year for all 5 boys.
That's a full-time job.
It's hard because we have birthdays year round. It is hard. But I'm going to miss it. I'm tucking them in at night. And just, our trips and Christmas. I mean,
all of it. Well, I don't want to make you cry anymore.
Oh God, please stop.
So I guess let's kind of take a moment and put a positive spin on this.
Yeah.
Moving forward, what would you say is the most important thing to you? What makes Falyn's heart full?
My children, being a mother, my spiritual journey. I'm not done learning yet, It's been hard. It's been a very tough road, but it's mine. And I'm really looking forward to whatever's next, whatever God has in store for me.
He has some exciting plans.
Yeah, he does. And one thing I have learned from all of this is to not be so set in a plan.
I don't want to make you cry anymore.
Oh God, please don't.
So I guess it's
So
kind of
set in a plan. And that God is the one who's in control. And I'm ready for whatever's next.
onward and upward.
Up and at 'em.
Yeah, up and at 'em. Hey, I like that.
Yeah.
You know, and don't get upset with me for springing this on you, but when we were talking off camera, out in the lobby, we were talking about the fact that you have some very exciting.
Okay. They wanted to talk about her projects and shit like that. Queen, you still there?
Of course. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, so what did you gather from that interview?
To me, I basically get that her husband is the one who likes the drama, who likes people, who likes to be in the spotlight, like clearly. Because not once did she ever try to throw that man under the bus. And I noticed either because of, I don't know if maybe there's certain things that she just can't say. But I'm not going to judge her. She says she's making it seem as if, she's at peace with everything. That's what I get out of that. Like she's not, the only thing is that she's crying. So clearly it bothers her, which I'm going to tell you, it's emotional. But I can't say I would be like, I don't know. I would want answers. I would have questions but it's not her place anymore because he already filed for divorce. So. And what's even worse is that she said that he was going to quote unquote call off the dogs so they wasn't supposed to get divorced anymore. And he went and got engaged to somebody else before he was officially even divorced. These men ain't shh. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh yeah. But that's my 2 cents. That was that part. Let me think.
I was a little surprised when she said her lawyer called her and was like, you need to look at your prenup because your husband filed for divorce. She was like, what? I didn't even look at my prenup before we got married. Okay, this is where women get fucked up.
Well, it's not really, because the thing about it is that if you don't really even care, because if she didn't come into the relationship with nothing, she's not expecting to leave with nothing. Some people are. Like, honestly, I'm that type of person. Like, I'm not about to go back and forth to court. Like, let me go find my ass a fucking job. Like, get the fuck out of here.
I mean, that's true, but a prenup is not just, I came in with a house, I'm going to leave with a house. A prenup, the terms of the prenup may be I get spousal support while I look for another place to stay or something else, or I get a car out of the deal, but nobody gets married thinking they're going to get divorced. That's probably why she didn't think, oh, let me look at the prenup. Let me study this prenup. But the way women can protect themselves is to study the prenup for any loopholes or clauses that can benefit them also. So that's why I was looking at her sideways. Like, a prenup is a prenup. It's a contract. It's part of a business.
I think when you're dealing with somebody with money, there has to be some type of agreement, because you do go from living one type of lifestyle to another kind of lifestyle. I don't know what her pockets look like. Honestly, I don't know. But she said she was a stay-at-home mom.
Mm-hmm.
So taking into consideration her being a stay-at-home mom and all that, I will definitely assume that she didn't have a job.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, so what's basically, like I said, what stood out the most to me was the fact that she said that he put her onto it. I'm not surprised, and it's crazy because she was saying how he wanted to basically quote unquote test her. Like, that was weird. I don't know. I think they probably had issues with him and other women in the past, and he wanted to see if she would be mature enough to handle drama. I don't know. It's stupid, but that's how I don't know. What did you get from that?
Well, I'm confused because she said that they were together for 5 years total. So
and married 1.5 years.
Mm-hmm. So Like, I just don't get like how people can spend all that time together, but in the way Simon and Portia put it, within 1 month, just fall in love and get engaged to somebody else.
You know exactly what it is. It's because it really takes a lifetime to get to know someone. So when you first meet the person and you're like, I guess you would say infatuated, you would be the type of person who would actually, like, basically, some people do this on purpose. Like, they basically try to paint, they wear a mask, you understand? To do
Hmm.
all the things you like, all the things that they normally wouldn't do, but because they in lust, because that's what it be. They be in lust, and they be going an extra mile and bending over backwards. And then when they get you, they're like, hold on, bitch, I don't got to do all of that. You mine already. And then when you start saying, oh, what happened to this? And they'll be like, oh, you're nagging and complaining, you know?
Hmm.
But that be the cycle.
Anything else from the interview? It didn't seem that long, but I just hate that the family unit, because when you get married or you get in a relationship, she has 3 kids. I had no idea she had 3 kids. Um, and he has 2. So when you blend
I wonder
families
how old are
together
his
like
kids.
that, huh?
I said, I wonder how old are his kids. Because she
Well,
was,
well, she said that hers are 14, 15, and 8.
which is, I know the 8-year-old is kind of young. But I wonder how old his kids are because she kept saying the boys. And I think it was 5 in total. She was just like a boy mom. It's sad because it's like you gotta really, really start your whole life over just when you thought you had your whole life figured out. Like, this shit is crazy. Oh man. But you don't understand, like Simon, you knew they was having issues when she was like, remember when it first came out, there was this video of, for basically when Portia went to her house for the first time, and then she was like, oh yeah, maybe we should what she said, maybe we should renew our vows, like something like that. And then his response and reaction was just so nonchalant. You know what I'm talking about?
No, because I never watched the show. Were you watching the show? Or you just saw the clip?
No, it wasn't the show. It was the clip that was leaked when basically they showed when Portia first went to Fallon's house.
Okay, and she was all up in her pool and shit.
Yes, that time, that very moment. And then basically, yeah, she said, Fallon said to her husband something about renewing vows. He was like, it's making, because basically he was like, she's making me fall in love again. And then she said, maybe we should renew our vows. And then it was like crickets.
I think he was talking about Portia at that point.
No, I was talking about Fallon and Simon.
No, he was, never mind. When he was like, oh, she's making me fall in love again, Portia.
Oh, I'm done now.
Portia.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Shit, that might be the case.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So
But
I'm trying
yeah,
to think.
y'all comment down below and tell us what y'all feel about this interview. It wasn't like juicy tea, but it was enough information to show that Fallon is a piece of, I'm sorry. Shit. That showed that Simon is a piece of shit and Fallon is somewhat of the victim, and Portia, homegirl, while you dig one grave, you better dig another one. Same thing he do to her, he gonna do to you.
But here is how I feel. Fallon ass better not pop up pregnant. I'm going to say that much. Because there is a rumor, according to Simon, that she's pregnant by somebody currently. So if she pops up pregnant, then we will know that she ain't being, because she ain't never talk about her, where she's at current, she didn't never confirm that she was in a new relationship. You understand? So what if it turns out that she really is? Then she's not going to be a reliable source, and I'm going to be very disappointed, because I would like to believe that she did all that she can to basically try to keep her marriage together. Men are real assholes. I believe Simon could have did some shit like that. Like they literally lie their ass off, like for no reason. So I don't understand it. Like men are beyond me. And I say beyond me. I mean, honestly, there are definitely some good men out there. Don't get me wrong, darling. But a lot of these men, they are straight a-holes. And they loose too.
Well, we can't really tell if she's pregnant or not. I mean, it's real easy to get an abortion.
That too. That too. But I'm like, yeah. The thing is that he says she's pregnant as if she has a plan to keep it. Because why would you? And how does he know she's pregnant? That's the thing. She would have to have told him.
Exactly. And I would not. I hope she wasn't stupid enough to tell him.
And that's the thing. If she didn't tell him, where did he get it from?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so it's probably gonna be an ongoing situation. Cause I'm waiting to see. Cause if she pops up pregnant, then she's going cause if she's not talking about, like I said, she never confirmed that she moved on to a new relationship. She never confirmed the pregnancy rumors. She probably told him not to even ask that stupid shit. But the thing about it is that her avoiding it would make it seem as if it might be true, because if it definitely wasn't true, you would have addressed it right then and there when you had the chance.
Yeah.
If it's not true, you would be like, that is not true. Like, get that out your mind. But she didn't even address it. So that means it probably is true. They say if you don't answer to it, that means it's true.
I hate that because if I don't answer to it, then like I don't see what I'm supposed to. Like if we're addressing rumors, I think it's better to not address any type of rumor because just the fuck are you doing? Not to address any type of rumors like that, just not give it any type of shine or whatever. So fuck all that shit. No. Fuck all that shit. Girl, Falynn, do you move the fuck on?
I really feel like she should have at least addressed some of the rumors, because because I'm still wondering, because the only way to me she's believable is if there's no baby. Yes, she could easily have an abortion, but even so, she basically doing what she need to do to pretty much make it seem like she's true and honest. Like we ain't never gonna know, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, trying to think if it was anything else that stood out. I think, like I said, I know, like with the crying, it was weird, but I know it's emotional and it's touchy topics. Like you really got to think about it. Like, they had a family, they had kids involved, and then young kids at that. Her oldest is 8, so he's been around since. So they don't. I don't think they have children together. Like she has her kids. Like I guess a Brady Bunch, right?
No,
She
not
has.
together.
Yeah.
Like a Brady Bunch. Yeah.
Yeah. But these kids.
Okay, so what's going on with this all about the tea shit? Did you watch? You did watch the videos that I sent you, right?
Yeah. So basically, like all of it is just so darn confusing. It's sad because with Monica, like you would have thought, I don't know, I didn't expect that of her. I've seen a couple of their podcasts because a lot of times we'll watch their podcasts to pretty much be able to be prepared for our podcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, I was like, damn, I'm like, all of that offer, like, because, like, I be, it's an interesting topic, because I'm like, you and I don't ever see us having that type of drama. Like, it's so weird to me. Like, how do y'all even reach that point?
And you know what? Because she looks at herself as the leader. Of course, it's her channel, but this is a joint channel. And I think what might have added to their drama is not people thinking that they are in charge, but it seemed like it was a bunch of backbiting and drama behind the scenes, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, because even like in one of the interviews, they were saying how Monica would go on there and delete. I don't know if they all had access to the page, but she said it was
The,
Monica
the
who used to be
moderator,
going on there and deleting certain comments and stuff.
her moderators had access to the live also. So
And that's the thing. She's
it could
probably
have been
thinking
her, it could have been
Mhm.
her, YouTube, or the moderators to delete whatever such a comment. So
Mhm.
now just to debunk that, because Ples was like, well, certain comments were deleted about me and Monica. She did a live on her channel on All About the Tea last night. Somebody was interviewing her, but really the interview was questions and answers that Monica had typed out herself. So it was really scripted. So whoever that lady was that was asking,
Wow.
yeah. Oh, I sent it to you. So whoever that lady was that was asking her the questions and Monica was answering them, all that shit came from Monica. It was scripted as fuck.
She basically pulled a Derek Jackson, like how he basically watched his video in third party.
Exactly. And then it got to the point where she was asking and answering the questions her damn self. So I'm like, why are you pulling our legs? And then the chat, like we have a chat on here, like on the YouTube channel that we're live on. The chat was closed out. It was members only. So
Mhm.
people who are members on her channel who pay to get exclusive content on the All About the Tea channel, they were the only ones who were able to comment and say whatever they wanted to say. She didn't want to hear comments from the general public, but people were still dragging her in the comments like, please stop and apologize and just admit that you were wrong. And she was saying that all the other panel members were eating off of her. Okay, here's my biggest issue. What the fuck does she look like?
Oh yeah, because she never show her face.
She never I'll show my face. I've shown my face before. I'll show my face, and if I don't feel like showing my face, I'm not gonna show my face. But I'm showing my face tonight just to make a fucking point. Y'all know what the fuck I look like.
And I'm showing my face unless I need to take a quick bite or have a sip of my drink.
So my thing is, oh girl, that's another thing. Her showing her face. So let me Lipstick Alley. Are you familiar with Lipstick Alley?
No, but that's the channel.
That's a blog. That's like a forum website. It's like Reddit for niggas.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
so Lipstick Alley. Let me get this ad about the place. So this is the All About the Tea page on Lipstick Alley. It's just evidence. People give evidence. People have been giving evidence, uploading pictures and attachments. The guy that was on the panel, Bishop, he drags Monica, just links and all this shit. Okay, so I show that to say on Lipstick Alley, people think they have figured out who Monica is.
Mm.
People think they have figured out who Monica is. Okay, so let me show you this.
That's so crazy. It's some scandalous shit. Cause it's crazy because she would argue with people. Remember I told you? She would be like, I pay the cost to be the boss, so I don't gotta show my face if I don't want to. Da-da-da-da. So she always have her little avatar instead of showing her face, like ever. And it came up a couple of times, and she always say, I pay the cost to be the boss.
Girl, let me tell you. Okay, so you've heard Monica's voice, right?
Of
Let me
course.
let me play this so everybody else can hear Monica's voice. Let me share the screen so you can so y'all can see this. Okay, so here's the deleted live. The panel went live with Ples, who is a panel member. Ples did leave the channel or the podcast or whatever for her own reasons that Monica denies. And Monica feels like that Ples didn't give her notice that she was going to go on her channel and announce it, even though Monica already knew that she was leaving. So Ples wanted to figure out how much she was going to get paid. That's another thing. Monica was paying her panelists.
Mm.
Les wanted to know how much she was going to get paid for the 1 day a week and sometimes after dark because her schedule was changing. The world's opening up. Ples is actually an attorney. So her schedule is, getting a little bit fuller. So around the time of Memorial Day, Monica was supposed to call Ples and figure out how much she was going to get paid for that 1 day a week and the after dark whenever she was going to be on there. They got paid once a month. Monica never called Ples. So Ples took it upon herself to finally announce it herself that she was leaving all about the tea. So let's go.
Yeah, the drama.
I didn't like you. Here's Ples. Here she is. We're gonna just hash it out. We're gonna hash it out.
Ooh.
We are. Hello.
Yeah.
So I heard some things because people kept inboxing me, and like you said, y'all, I didn't want this to be ugly, which was why when I gave my notice, I thought this was going to be a peaceful thing. So let me be very clear, Monica. You need to start watching things, and this is for anybody moving forward. Like I said on my video, I think y'all should actually go. You too, Marcella. You too, Schoolboy. I wished all of y'all well. I do not dislike any of y'all. I did not understand why this had to be like this. And maybe this is a bunch of non-communication. And if it is, I'll take that. However, I gave my truth on how it appeared to me and how I have been feeling. And I gave my reasons. So Monica, when I got off of my live and I heard people talking and telling me you were going live, I never said I was not paid. I didn't discuss money at all. I wasn't going to, I'm professional. I don't discuss how much each person is paid. And then you said I was paid more than everybody else. We never had group meetings. I don't know how much everybody is paid. And so
can I just say something real? Can I just say something real quick though? I just gotta get this out real
hold on, wait. Just wait 1 second. If we're gonna be honest about the pay situation, you offered 200. I agreed to 250, and you said the budget had opened up to 300. And at the time, it was early January. I didn't know what I was getting myself into, and I did accept that because, as you said, there is a balance. We're getting paid, and this is exposure. I never complained about the money. Anybody like I said, you need to go watch the video. I never said you didn't pay me. I said you were very nice to me for my birthday.
Okay, and that's one thing I had an issue with when it comes to Monica. This live right here that's being shown, it went live right after Ples went live with her explanation of why she was leaving. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
It went live right after Ples went live with the reason why she was leaving. All this drama, I was supposed to get paid this and I called you this in time and I never said this and I didn't do that. All that could have been avoided if they would have just looked at the live. But I felt like they wanted to jump on Ples so bad that they went ahead and went live and say, oh, Ples said this and Ples said that, and they're getting that information from these fucking trolls and shit in their comment section and in their chat, going back and forth saying, oh, Ples said this and Ples said that, and she calling y'all this and she making it seem like it's that, and it really is some miscommunication. But I think Monica did get caught, stirring up some mess because all she had to do was just go and look at the live. This is her channel. She didn't have to go live and talk about whatever somebody was talking about on their channel. They just could have had a regular live and all this could have happened behind the scenes. You know what I mean?
Basically, they had a live specifically to address their drama.
Yes.
Because it was weird to me because she was talking about the money and the dollars. And I'm like, you don't talk about that stuff on live. But because I watched her live, I understand why she did it, because she said she's been trying to call Monica, and Monica would be like, I'll call you back, and then she'll never get that call back. So I think that she took that as her opportunity to talk to Monica and tell Monica everything that she wanted to tell her that she couldn't catch her over the phone to tell her. You understand? So I think she just went off.
And on Bishop, like, this is Bishop right here. On Bishop's live, he did mention that Monica is just a bad communicator. Bishop
Oh
said,
my God, that annoys me, because I'm like, even if you're gonna be late, this like don't not communicate. Like
Bishop said that even before this issue started, there would be like, you know, stuff behind the scenes that would happen between people. And Bishop told Monica more than once that you need to have a group chat off, not on the live, but you just, because they have a group chat like text message, but they need to have a group chat on camera because everybody lives in a different city. They needed to have a group chat if there was some type of issue. This lady in the middle where it says princess, I think there was an issue between her, Marcella up top. This is Marcella.
Princess AV.
Yeah, this is Princess and this is Schoolboy. They had an issue and it had to be hashed out in the group chat. But I think it would have been better if everything was expressed face to face, but online face to face. Not online on the channel, but on the video chat. That's what I'm trying to say, on the video chat. Now, because of little tidbits of drama and somebody said this or somebody said that, or somebody had a problem with somebody saying, like when Marcella had a problem with So Debonair complimenting Ples. What the fuck does that have to do with her? And then Monica goes to So Debonair talking about she was offended. How the hell were you offended? He wasn't even talking about you. This had nothing to do with you.
She was jealous that she didn't get the compliment. Clearly.
That's what I'm saying.
If you was jealous, just say that. Like, what?
That's what I'm saying. And Ples was like, after So Debonair gave her those compliments, that's when she noticed the energy shift. So I'm like, these some old hating ass motherfuckers on here. And Monica, she's hiding behind that avatar and she's hiding behind the comments and Schoolboy vouching for her and shit like that. Okay, so now it's to the point where obviously Ples has left from this live. Ples has left. Now, since then, Bishop has left. Bishop has quit. In that order. Marcella has quit. Bishop talked to Marcella. Marcella told him that she was
Bishop the doctor?
The doctor? He's not a doctor.
I don't know why I feel like he was he a bald-headed guy?
No, there's no doctor on here.
There's a guy who calls into a show sometimes and he's a doctor.
No.
It's a podcast.
No.
I gotta think.
But Bishop talked to Marcella. She told him that she was quitting. So she ended up quitting. Schoolboy went on Twitter, said her real name's Tiara, saying that she was quitting. Princess said that she didn't want to be involved anymore. And So Debonair, he actually went live earlier today saying that he wanted Monica to keep his fucking name out of her mouth. So So in the past, this whole damn podcast has fallen the fucking apart. And when I pointed out Lipstick Alley a couple of minutes ago, Lipstick Alley, when I say they feel like they figured out who Monica is, so you heard Monica's voice.
Yeah, I have heard it.
So you heard Monica's voice. Okay, so people think that her real name is Monica Sauls.
Okay.
So let me share the tab. Oops, my bad. To the video. And what would I told you what would you say if I told you that Monica actually lives in the Charlotte area?
What?
Yes, bitch. Yes, bitch. and works for Bojangles.
Wow.
Bitch. Okay, so
that's confirmed.
it's connected, is not confirmed because she herself hasn't come out, but because of her position, she's with HR, with an executive HR with Bojangles. You know how big of a position that is?
Mm.
And and whoever is watching this live, Bojangles is big in the South, especially the Charlotte area, because we'll fuck up some Bojangles. We don't fuck up Popeyes, but we'll fuck up some Bojangles.
I like them Bowberry biscuits.
Ew.
Advertisement. You don't like Bowberry biscuits?
No, I do. Girl, I will take some of them sweet potato pies and put it on some vanilla ice cream. Bitch. Okay.
I like Bowberry biscuits. Something big. I mean, I can't. I don't crave them.
Regular biscuits with the icing and I'm like, what is this? And as soon as they get hard, they hard.
Yeah, you gotta eat them when they fresh, baby. You can't wait until it's hard. What? When they fresh. After that, yeah, you can't microwave that. No.
But people think this person right here her name is Monica Sauls. They think they figured out her first and last name. So let's listen to this voice right here.
Okay.
Welcome to Metamorphosis, the City TV 10 show designed to provide insights on how to deal with sudden career change, career and life transitions, and how to gain employment through it all.
How did you get to be a career transition expert, by the way, anyway?
Oh, that's a very
Girl, listen to her voice.
good question. And by the way, thank you for having me here. So I've spent the last 15 years of my career working full-time in the world of corporate human resources and leadership development. So I've worked across many different industries, including retail, manufacturing. I've worked internationally, try some different things, assess your risk tolerance level, and then manage your career transition according to what your risk tolerance level is. Well, when you're going through a career change, you're actually going through 3 mental states. And we call it the ABC change model. Where first, you're feeling anxiety. You have more questions.
Do you hear it?
I hear it, but what I would like you to do now is to pull up a clip from her on All About the Teeth.
Okay.
Yeah, something old,
because I've been thinking, and then
maybe from 2 months ago.
One, not against other.
Did I watch you repeat it? Tori said anything to you? I always,
before I do that or I go public with it, because I never pictured you to be the type to do YouTube wars. I hold you in such a high regard. You're a professional woman. And if you felt some type of way about something, you felt that we didn't like you, or you felt uncomfortable, or the energy shifting, why didn't you just text me and say, the energy has shifted, I'm feeling some type of way. Can we all get on a conference call? Because I have that much respect for you. Even when you were leaving, you didn't tell schoolboy, bye, I'm leaving, I'm no longer going to be on the panel. Why?
Why is that her business?
See,
I'm so confused.
Okay, so what is this, and when is this from?
That was last week from when they had the argument on the live. Okay, so I'm comparing her voices, and people found out that it was Monica Sauls because the video that I just showed, that was from her living in St. Louis. She has a video on her channel from last year. Remember when we didn't break the story, but we covered the Sweetie Pies, Tim Norman setting up his nephew.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she let it slip out earlier this year that she knew the Sweetie Pies people and Tim Norman. So that video was from her living in St. Louis at the time.
Mm.
And people put 2 and 2 together.
I wanted you to play something from when her voice was more calm, because trying to compare her calm voice to her mad old motherfucker I'm arguing voice is not a good. It's hard. I want you to try to put up something from maybe 2 months ago when she's more calm.
I'll play something from last night when she actually did her mock interview.
Okay.
Accolades like, ooh, we got an attorney on the panel. She's going to read it. She's a Black, beautiful attorney. I was trying to pick her up. But had I known internally, she internalized that as me putting her on the spot, I would have never asked her. She never told me, hey, next time you have something that involves court documents, please just send them to me ahead of time. She never said that.
Yeah, so you got to ask the question.
Do you hear it?
Yeah, but she just said something that's so stupid. Like, she sounded smart in that first audio clip that you guys think is her. She just sounded stupid right there. She just said, oh, like the person expects her to tell them something in advance if it involves court. Like, yeah, why would she not tell them? Can you replay that?
Oh, what she just said just now?
Yeah, replay that, please.
Most of the time when we did cover something that involved legal documents, very few and far in between, it wasn't often, and it was a one-pager. Just, one or maybe three at most. You read it on the screen, you read the bullet points, and that's it. I wasn't asking her to try a case in front of a jury or break it down or analyze anything. Just read it. Had I known that she didn't like that, me asking her on the spot to read it, I would have not asked her. The reason why I asked her was because she was the attorney on the panel. I was trying to give her flowers, her accolades, like, ooh, we got an attorney on the panel. She's going to read it. She's a Black, beautiful attorney. I was trying to big her up. But had I known internally, she internalized that as me putting her on the spot, I would have never asked her. She never told me, hey, next time you have something that involves court documents, please just send them to me ahead of time. She never said that.
Yeah, so
but you get it though, right? Basically she's saying that, who was she talking about?
Ples.
Okay. So basically she's saying she asked Ples to read something, right?
Uh-huh.
And Ples felt some type of way because she's like, oh, basically you could have sent me the shit in advance so I could have been prepared, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know what she means, especially if you knew beforehand that you would want her to read it specifically. You should have made sure she had a copy of it so that this way she could practice. Because me, as much as I know how to read, like sometimes under pressure, it's like it throws me off. So I would like to have pre-read it so that this way when I read it, it sounds as more professional. You understand?
Yeah.
So I don't understand why she's acting like it's a weird request for Ples to want her to have told her that in advance. It's not a weird request.
Well, here's the thing. That's kind of like Monica's track record, because all of the panelists have said in their exit lives, on their lives or somebody else's life, that she has the habit of springing the topics onto people as soon as the live starts. Before the live starts, they don't know what they're going to talk about during that night. But on this interview that I just showed you with that other lady interviewing her on her channel, she counteracted that and said that, no, I always give the topics before. So it's the he say, she said shit. But as far as her living in the North Carolina, Charlotte metropolitan area, if this really is her, of course she lives in the area because Bojangles is rooted in Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
So let's I have another video because it kind of sounds like her also.
Okay. Does she ever talk about where she lives now?
She'll slip up and say something, but that's how people made the connections.
Monica, thanks for joining us. Now, basically, with your career and what you do, it's all about people trying to make transitions in their life as far as their career is concerned, or maybe have to make a total transition as far as moving from one career into another. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so actually it's easier to make a transition from one career to a completely different career.
Really?
It's actually easy to do that. What I'm finding people are struggling with right now is that employers are changing the way they do business. And as a result, they're changing the way that their employees are doing their work. And people are struggling with, I'm still with the same employer. I'm still doing the same job that I was always doing, but somehow I have to do it differently.
So the title doesn't change necessarily, but the job itself is changing. And how do you manage that?
Yeah, so I have 4 tips if someone is in this situation. The first tip is to gather information. And what I mean by that is don't just get the new job description. You want to take it further than that. You want to get specifics.
Oh, this is another interview from her being in St. Louis. Okay, so before she was switching careers and shit, she was living in St. Louis. That's where she was the Sweetie Pies people. And then she moved to the North Carolina area. Okay, so let's look at the Register of Deeds, see if she really, because on here, her name is Monica Sauls. Let's look at the Register of Deeds and see if she has any property in the area. Because remember how I told you it's a little bit too fucking easy to find people's address?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Look at this tab right here. Monica Sauls. Apparently she bought a house.
Can you try not to show the actual address?
The actual okay, so
maybe you could look at it and then basically pull it back up, like when you have the.
Let me see if this is it. If I can, because I'm gonna click on it. Is this it? Because once I hit view, that shit is gonna come up.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is just the Register of Deeds.
And what is this? July 2016?
Okay. So this is her husband. I don't think she's mentioned her husband's name, but they did put two and two together with her name. So down right here, it just says Monica Sauls. And I guess her and her husband bought a house in 2018 in the Hickory area. And this is like the warranty for the property taxes or whatever. So this is it. Like, she does live in the area, in the Charlotte area. And people was like, why was she talking about driving back and forth to St. Louis and Charlotte? I was like, really? People think she lives in Charlotte? Let me look her up. And apparently she does. See how the internet, you can find anything on the fucking internet. Now, people were concerned about that because you doing all this shit trying to put somebody else's information out there, because on the interview last night, she put out Plez's real name and where she works.
And here I am trying to say, oh, don't show that lady information because I'm feeling bad for her.
Girl, fuck that shit, girl. And
I'm a considerate person, so I was thinking like, okay, if you saw it, you could just say you saw it, and this way we know it's out there. So let people go to extra amount of research, use their brains. But if they ain't a Virgos, they gonna have a hard time. But because Virgos will figure anything out.
I will figure all this shit out.
Anything.
Okay, so check this out. Remember where it said on the deed, her husband's name is Corey Sauls. Corey Sauls. Okay, let me go ahead and
look. If I ever need to figure some shit out, I'm like, where this bitch live at?
Okay, call me.
Where she work at?
Call me. So this is her husband's page right here. Her husband's personal page. And look who it is with her husband, Monica. What the fuck? Hold on, y'all. Damn it. Where'd she go? Soon as I put there she go. Girl, what the fuck?
My bad. Okay, this is her husband's page. That's where we was. Bam. I'm glad I
was going to say,
where the husband page at?
Did you disappear? Okay, so yes, this is her husband's page right here, and look who it is. So it is her. It is her.
That's crazy. So basically, from that YouTube video that you guys think is her, when you find this Corey guy who's supposed to be her husband, it could definitely be her husband because that's her right there, right beside him. Yeah, you be on some detective.
Of course. And then she said she let it slip out that she had 2 girls.
So, question: does he ever share anything about the tea?
No. But he did share that she was hired for Bojangles last year in 2020. And she does have her own Facebook page.
So did you find? Yeah. So what's on her page?
What's on her page? You know she's not going to put that YouTube shit on her page. But she is confirming that she does work for Bojangles. So now she's Chief People Officer, CPO for Bojangles. So she's in an executive position. She's in an executive position for Bojangles. And this Bojangles is a corporate company. This is corporate America right here. But you doing some old foul shit on YouTube. You putting somebody else's name, their real name, and their workplace out there. And she did it so casually.
Yeah. That's crazy because I was being very, very considerate until I learned that fact.
It's at the beginning of that interview, whatever. So yeah, girl.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And you know it's so crazy because she would always get so defensive.
She did.
Would talk about her not showing her face instead of being like, you know what, I'm gonna show my face on Tuesday. Y'all be there, you know, run the views up. No, she's never showed her damn face. Even with the very first episode.
Huh?
Did you go back to like the beginning, like on her YouTube page?
Oh
like,
no, she's never shown her face on the YouTube. She's never shown her face.
Never.
She's either done voiceover videos or she's just had the avatar, but she's never shown her face.
Wow.
So yeah. So the internet is going to do a little bit more digging. I've done all I can do as far as this area of Charlotte. If that really is her and it sounds like her, it sounds like a hell of a lot like her.
Yeah.
Then, you know, she might as well just go on and be like, hey, this is me. I don't know what it'll do for her Bojangles career, but shit, you know.
I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, it's like I don't think she should come out, especially do you feel like she's done things that could put her career like at stake or whatever?
I don't know, but it's not depending on what you do on the internet. Like you've heard of people in corporate America lose their job.
My job, they basically, that's why certain things that I could never say on air, because my job, they're big on like morals and standards and they want us to be decent human beings. That's why I could be crazy, but not too crazy. But yeah, because they do have like a social media policy, like, you know, that's why you don't see me wilding out on social media. Because you can get fired for that.
And when you say they want you to be like moral human beings.
Yeah, like they want you to be good people. Like I can't be on here like, you know, being like basically I cannot discriminate. Because if I basically, you know, like if my job come across something like that, like we have to do this actual like webinar or training that basically lets us know what our job tolerates and doesn't tolerate. So, you know, the type of people that they want working for their company is not just anybody, you know? Like, of course, they understand we're natural human beings with feelings and emotions, but you can't be out here, you know, being racist and stuff. Like, I could get fired if I was ever being racist, you know? And it got to my employer.
Oh, yeah, because once you sign on to a job, this is for every single job. You have a whole bunch of paperwork to fill out. Now, in the middle of that paperwork, we always look over it, but in that fine print, there has to be a morals clause or some type of social media clause or whatever. And I know they have that for a higher up, such as her. So,
yep, all of that. You have to be professional at all times because, you know, they be watching. Definitely be watching. But it's just crazy that you know that that happened with a podcast. Like I know that happens with like music groups, you know, like they be clashing. But it's like all of y'all virtual and y'all having these type of problems. Like Imagine if they was together in one room.
Behind the scenes.
Imagine if they was together in one room.
It's all behind the scenes.
That would have been like those Love and Hip Hop moments where they be sitting on the couches and throwing their glasses and their heels.
It's all behind the scenes. So
yeah, that's like what. Anyways, I wish them all the best of luck. It's very unfortunate. Let me plug this out. All right, so we're getting into cards tonight.
We got all the cards.
We got all the cards. And of course, I got your oracle message. Your universe has your universe has your back message, and then also have the affirmations. And then Peaches actually has tarot for you guys. So I got that one card. Do you have your tarot cards ready? Okay. Okay, and I got this affirmation that popped out. Okay. So I like this card. It's so pretty and it's blue, my favorite color. All right, it says, in any moment, I can surrender to the powerful presence of love through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. Some of y'all need to meditate, especially on this, what is it, new moon eclipse energy.
Tonight, it was a new moon last night. It started last night, and it's supposed to be here for the next 48 hours now, I guess. So
yeah. And then the affirmation we have is number 20. I am discerning. I love myself enough to say no to people and situations that don't serve my highest good. I am discerning. You have a hard time saying no?
No.
I'm done. You said no. Like, before I could get that question out. You know, it's sad because I have a hard time saying no. It's a blessing and it's a curse. Because if I could do it, I could do it. But sometimes I don't feel like doing it. But I have a hard time saying no. Nope. That's just me. Like, sometimes I be thinking I'm too nice, but hey. Anyways, what do the tarot cards have to say?
All right. How many cards should I pull?
Hold on, wait. Did you sage them?
No.
Girl, you need to go and get you some sage. You have sage. I know you got sage because you're a Virgo.
I just bought a big old stick of sage.
So you want to get sage because you want to cleanse the energy. And then you want to shuffle. You can either shuffle like your favorite number and pull a card, right? Or you can just shuffle and see if the cards fly out, because most of the time they do. Yes, you got to cleanse the energy.
Okay. Just bought a big old piece of, what is this? The white sage?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, white sage.
Oh, let me get my tools pulled up so that this way I can see what I have as far as the definitions on my end. This is going to be fun. I got a whole album with tarot stuff. In case you guys are wondering, tarot cards basically reads energy. And I hate that people try to say, oh, it's witchcraft.
It's not witchcraft.
Like in the Bible, it really tells people to drink the blood of Jesus Christ, and pulling cards happens to be witchcraft. When y'all play spades. Huh?
Sorry, go ahead.
I was like, they say pulling cards, is witchcraft, but then they play spades and they be big mad when they lose. Like, it's just cards, right? Like, it's energy. Come on.
If anything, the Bible is the biggest spell book y'all can carry around.
I know. And a lot of people who actually, quote unquote, do witchcraft, they use the Bible a lot.
Yes. And once I started like my spiritual journey, a lot of people use the book of Psalms for whatever they want to manifest. Yes.
Yeah. Psalms is what I heard. Why I
And
can't
everything in Christianity is ritualistic as hell. Also, drinking the blood of Jesus, eat my flesh,
eating the
my
bread is
flesh
like
in
eating the blood of
remembrance of
Jesus.
me.
It's weird, and they do it, and we proudly sip that grape juice out that little communion cup or whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be good though. It'd be the smallest little drop of
Everything got
grape.
done by some Welch's.
Yeah, the little grape juice be so good. It's like it's a teaser too. Like,
Yeah, especially when you be hungry as hell, sitting up in church all damn day. They be like, "Oh, it's time for communion." Thank God, I'm hungry.
nah, that thing don't even like. It be a little cup like that, and then a little piece of bread. Like what? No, it'd be a teaser though. It'd be. You know, it'd be enjoyable for the moment, but it's like you always wish you had more. But then it's like you being greedy, bitch. This is just a sacrifice. It's like you want to eat Jesus' whole body for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You want to drink all his blood and we can't get none.
But
that's weird, right? But the Bible says we should do it.
The Bible says we should do it, but when we're doing it, when we're doing something that's older than the Bible, something that the original people, our original people from ancient Kemet were doing and beyond, it's witchcraft. There's no devil. We didn't believe in the devil. We didn't start believing in the devil when those white colonizers came down from the fucking mountains and started fucking with us.
Mm.
All right, so how many should I pull again?
So basically, you could shuffle, and you could probably pull the top card and the bottom card. Like
I shuffled. I'm gonna shuffle one more time.
Okay.
You said the top card and the bottom card.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might have looked at the bottom card. Let me shuffle one more time.
What was it? You already shuffled?
I already shuffled.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
I'm fast with it. So here's the top card that's laying on top right now.
What is it?
The Knight of Cups.
Knight of Cups?
Cups.
You know, Cups basically it represents love. It also is a lot of like water sign energy, like Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. And it's a very slow moving energy. But it's coming.
My nephew is a Pisces, and he's slow moving, getting the fuck back home.
It's slow moving, but it's coming. It's coming though. That's the thing about the night. It's coming. It's immature too, and it's a lot of the times it's young minded. What does the book say?
Took a whole month to get back from Florida. This nigga bought his first card. Now he's all over the damn place. Last week he said he'll be home Sunday. Then he said he'll be home yesterday. Now he says he'll be home Friday or Saturday once he gets his oil changed. So he's slow moving, coming back home.
But he's coming.
He's coming.
What does the book say?
Oh, the Knight of Cups.
How about that? Before you do that, because the book is complicated. What's the other card? And then we're gonna go into the book to get the meaning.
I love the black man on the cover.
What's the other card?
The other card is the one on the bottom. Let's see. 5 of Cups. Or is this, what is this?
What does it say?
It's the Roman numerals. It's got the I. It's got the I and the V first.
It's what?
It's got the I and the V first.
I hate Roman numerals. My father knows all of them.
My mom does too.
I know, it's just like, because he was asking me, so what is it again?
I, V of Cups.
Yeah, that's a 5 for real. That's a 5. I hate Roman numerals.
But it's 3 cups on the pictures.
Well, let's look at the cup. Let's look at it.
So they're both in the cup.
No, let me see the card.
Oh.
Because normally there's a 4th cup. You don't see this. There's a 4th. Look, you got to look at the card.
At the top. Okay,
and so it's probably a 5th cup too. You just got to look. You see, tarot cards to be telling the whole story. If you don't look it hard enough, you're going to miss it, baby. But it's more than 3 cups. But then, it all depends on the meaning of the Five of Cups. To me, it could be like about losses. Let me see. Five of Cups. So Five of Cups, it says dwelling. Oh, it's dwelling on the negative self-pity. So that's what my notes say, is dwelling on. So basically, you see?
This is 4 of Cups.
It's a 4?
Yep, 4 of
But
Cups.
you
right
said
here.
it was a 1 and a V. You're right. You absolutely right. I got the chart right here, and I'm like, I noticed that because it's 1, 2, 3, like the 3 eyes or whatever, and then the I and the V is 4, and then the V is 5. So you are right. It's a 4 of Cups.
Okay, so it depends on which side the eye is on.
No, the crazy part is that the VI, I hate Roman numerals, but guys, take notes. The VI is 6, so the IV was 4, and it's crazy because it don't have the regular numbers for me, so I was just like glancing and I didn't pay attention to that. But IV is 4, but there are 4 cups in that picture. Now it makes sense. But if you notice, the 3 cups is visibly there. The 4th cup, you barely see it. And then with my definition,
at it up top.
Yeah, but it also says that the 4 of Cups is actually boredom, dissatisfaction with what is being offered. So pretty much he's not appreciative of the 4th cup, because you clearly see 3. He's the 4th cups, but then the other one is like he's not appreciative of that 4th cup, but it's there though. But what does your book say?
Shown here are 3 tangible cups in the foreground with 1 ethereal vision of a 4th. There are various possible takes in this image. These are mine. Oh, okay, the person who wrote the book. You are satisfied with what you have, but are imagining potential future needs and possibilities.
Are you satisfied or are you dissatisfied? What does it say?
I just want more. Are you talking about me?
No, I'm asking, what does the book say?
Oh,
Did it say dissatisfied?
You are satisfied with what you have, but are imagining potential future needs and possibilities. And I'm like,
so you're satisfied with what you have, but you're yearning for more.
Of course. I was just about to say that. I want more. Alternatively, you are so busy daydreaming for more that you are unaware of or unappreciative of what you already have.
Right. Yep.
Okay, so the Knight of Cups. Let's see what the Knight of Cups said.
Let me see.
That's the Wands.
So Knight of Cups. It's more. It's crazy because it's 2 cup suits that. Because you know how there's the Wands, the Pentacles, Swords. So the Knight of Cups, it says romantic, adventurous, following one's heart. So basically, people just doing whatever the fuck they want to do right now, what makes them happy. Like your nephew out there, whatever he out there doing, he ain't trying to come back. He trying to come back, but he trying to take his time, baby.
Mine says romantic knight gazes out through piercing blue eyes. He is dreamy, sensitive, and refined, yet also can be rash at times. The pair of inward-facing seahorses.
I wanted to see the picture too. I gotta be having to look at the picture.
Inward-facing seahorses on his helmet indicates that he is more likely to act from his inner emotions rather than from practical external factors. So there are seahorses. Okay, seahorses at the top facing inward, and the 2 fishes down facing outward.
Yeah, by the cup. But it's fish and cups, and that's a lot of the times that's pregnancy. I remember on the last episode.
Oh yeah, drinking fishes.
No, I was saying but basically, in the cup is like, well, when you see fish in water, a lot of times that's like fertility or fertile energy, and somebody wished a baby on you the last time.
Oh hell.
No, but that was interesting. You see, tarot's like once you know them, a lot of the times, like with the decks, the definitions are all very, very, very similar. I mean, it's supposed to be the same because the cards are the cards, but because there's so many different meanings. Yeah, like so every author and creator, they create the decks based off of what they mainly would see like a knight of cups as, or four of cups. But yeah.
I like
You
that.
gotta put one more. Just put one more because now we need to know what else we need to know. And that's it.
Just to finish it off, okay, on top.
Yeah, basically try to shuffle and see if anything flies out. Because I like flyers, but
I mean, they right here. I don't really know. Wait a minute. This one's sticking out right here.
So you're gonna take that one?
Yep.
Okay.
Who are you? We are in the cups. 2 of cups. Look at the hands.
What is it? Hold on.
Of cups.
Oh my God. That's the 2 of cups, it says?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, we get mad cup energy. So cups is like it represents love. Pentacles represents money and coins. Swords represent like thoughts, right? And then wands represent like a lot of the times a lot of deceptive energy. Like you'll see that, but it's still kind of like thoughts, I guess.
Well, this one says coming together, joining forces, reaching an agreement, personal relationships, but not necessarily romantic ties. It could also be a business
partnership. Mm-hmm.
Or simply a shared understanding, having something in common, a coming together of previously opposing factors in whatever form, racial, political, religious, or social. The world needs this card right now. Okay.
Yes, because my note says partnership, mutual attraction, compatibility. Oh, yeah, that's yo. I like those cards. I like those.
Okay.
Yes, that was nice. Yes. Now we can go to sleep. I'm gonna drink my drink and I'm gonna be knocked out.
I gotta go plant something somewhere because it's a new moon, but then I'm gonna come back and go to sleep.
Well, good luck with that. I'm gonna take this off and wipe my face, and I'm knocked out, cold.
All right, well, I'm gonna go out and come back, and then I'm gonna go to sleep.
All right. Well, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share. Yeah, those 4 things.
All right, y'all be blessed, stay black, and fuck the police. We'll see y'all next week.
Bye, guys.
This is y'all.